Welcome to the channel, welcome to the camper van, and we're doing a little bit of a show and tell and a little bit of a review today on this new piece of kit that I picked up at the start of this year. I've been testing it for the last good few months. It's a Fuji Instax Mini 41, effectively the modern interpretation of a Polaroid camera. I'm going to go through why I picked one of these up, because you might notice next to it is my original Polaroid camera that I picked up a couple of years ago. And the reason why I have one of these is because we like to use the camper van a lot, and we like to go to new places. And to document that, I like to obviously take photos of the van in places and when we're there. But I had an idea of getting a Polaroid, something old school tech, taking an instant picture, and then, as you'll see, if I come over here and tilt this up, we take a photo, we date it, and then we stick it on the roof of the camper van to document where we've been. So you can look over the roof and you can see all the adventures we've had. And we've been adding to this slowly. Now you'll see there's quite a few different ones here. There's the original Polaroid, these big ones, and we've got these Instamax ones. I'm just going to go through why I've decided to upgrade. So let's just get this set back up again. A little bit better. There we go. So that's the reason why I have a Polaroid on board. There's inherent problems with this. Firstly, this works absolutely fine. The problem I've got is the film you get, the cartridges, they are getting really expensive now. They are, let's see, now the last ones I got, you've got a pack of, I think it was 8 in it, in the cartridge. They traditionally used to be 10. In colour, that'll set you back about £18. So that's £2 a picture. Add to that, recently, they've started fading a little bit. They're not as the colour's not as robust as it should be on them. You also have a year date to use all the pictures, and you have to store them in a particular way. So this cannot just be left in the van, because the heat will affect the picture. You don't know how it's going to affect it until you print the picture off. You print the picture and it pops out. So I was having problems with this. Add to that, we've had a couple of instances where I'll grab one off the roof. Actually, this one, it started to fade and change colour. And this was quite a crisp picture when I took it. When was this? This is the National Meeting 2023, so 2 years ago. And this has started to fade quite a bit. And it's happened to quite a few of them. Add to that, there's a couple of other instances where, there's another example. That was nice and crisp as well. And again, it started to fade in colour. So I'm not, it's a lot of money. And I think having them in this van, which gets very hot in summer, very cold in winter, and you're getting a lot of UV damage, has started to impact on them. Add to that the quality of the replacement, the remanufactured pictures is really hit and miss. So for instance, to show how good quality they can be, here's a quick one that we took when we were on holiday, and the colours are nice and crisp, but I have no doubt they'll start to fade in time. So I like this idea, but it was getting too expensive for the films on that, for hit and miss pictures. Me and the missus were watching a game show, and one of the special prizes was an Instamax camera. Now, it looked like from the 1960s, it looked amazing. Really expensive, by the way, but it looked amazing. But at that point, I always thought of Instamax cameras like this ones. I'll put a picture up over here. They look like kids' ones. They're like more of a toy than anything else. And I never really give them much time. They're a little smaller. For instance, an example, the images. I will go through some of these in a minute. You can see the difference. This is obviously the Polaroid, and this is the Instamax sort of camera size. This is like a credit card size. But I always thought of them more of a kid's toy. And it turns out, I think end of last year, start of this year, Fuji started making more, let's say, grown-up cameras. And this was one of them. This came out at the start of 2025, I believe. And this is the Mini 41. And you see, it's a lot smaller than the kids' ones, a bit more grown-up looking. And we decided to get one. Now, for pricing, the one I wanted, the one that looked like a 1960s camera with all metal bits on it, was 180 quid. and I'm not spending 180 quid for something to take snaps on it. I want something that's reasonable. So this was £100 when I bought this one. Obviously, because it was so new, you couldn't get a bag for it second hand. So I ended up picking up an actual proper branded one. This was 25 quid, and then we needed some film. I think that was £7-8 for a block of 10 pictures. They come in 2 blocks. So again, this is the other reason why I wanted to go with this. You get, it actually dropped off the table then. You get, there's 2 options for getting these. They come in packs similar to this. Instax Mini packs. I'll show you filling one of these because this has just run out. So these come in 2 10-shot packs, 2 10 cartridges, and they cost for 20 shots. The cheapest place I found, believe it or not, was Argos, and I think they were £16, and I could pick them up. Now they come in a variety of colours for the outline, so obviously you'll see all the ones I've got here. Have the white border. You can get all different colours, and depending what colour you get, depending on how easy you get from Amazon. But the white ones are for some reason a bit more difficult. So that's the reason why I got it. Add to that, so far we've been using this for 9 months, and we haven't had any failures or any issues. The colours are really bright. I'm going to go through some in a minute with you. We'll change the camera position. I'll go through some pictures. Are bright and really good, and I'm quite happy with it. So we've started using this. I do like it. It's a very basic camera. Again, we'll go do a close-up in a minute. I'll go through the fitting of the film and the very basic features on it. But yeah, that's the reason why I went with this. It looks like it's a better quality product because the film is being made by the manufacturer effectively, and it's a better high quality than, I think the Polaroids are made by third parties these days, and best one in the world. When it comes with a date to use time on it, and you know you're going to be struggling, and you have to really look after Polaroid film so it doesn't damage, and you won't know it's damaged. So you won't know it's damaged until you've actually taken the photo. I think they work the same, which is you take a photo, it breaks a vial of processing liquid in the bottom, and then as it runs out, it pushes that up, and it takes the time to develop. I've got some footage of that which I'll show alongside me showing you the details of this. So let's get a bit closer. We'll give a bit of a close up on it, and we'll show you some pictures. Right, so here's the camera itself. This is the Instax Mini 41. Pretty basic camera, quite a nice size. Turn it on, first position, that's it, that's on, straight off the bat. This is for general photography, so it's a single lens, there's no variation on the focal length. The first click when you first turn it on is, I believe, from 3 feet to infinity, and everything's in focus. If you click it over again, it clicks out a little bit, it goes to macro photography, which is from 0 to 3 feet or thereabouts. I've not done even that really, because I'm more taking the landscapes of places we've been, but it does work. That's it, that's the functionality. You've got a push button to take the picture. Generally, we've been taking them landscape to try and fit as much on as possible, but that's what we do. So to open up the back to add more film, press the button, pull this out. There's a cartridge in it, which you can take. This one's I've just used. We've got the new cartridges in here. They're in this silver paper. It's obviously the light protection, moisture protection. So that's it. It tells you not to touch the back panel. This can only go in one way. Quite usefully, as you'll see, there's a little yellow tab there, and there's a little yellow tab on this. So you just put it in, close it. That's it. That's fitted. And then what we need to do then is take a photo. Oops, for some reason, you'll see this pop out, and it will pop out the cover for the cartridge, which, as you can see, got the thing on it, and that's it. This is ready to take. Add to that on the back. It then tells you can see on that how many shots you've got. You don't get that on the Polaroid, so you never know how many shots you've got left. It runs on 2 AA batteries, just fitting a cartridge at the back here. This came with 2 Duracells as standard, and so far I've gone through, I must have taken, I don't know, 20-30 pictures. Nah, no problem with the batteries whatsoever. So that's it. So what I think I'll do is, sorry, we'll go through some pictures just to show you the quality of them. Whilst I'm doing that, on the side here, I'll show me taking a picture and showing roughly how long it takes to develop, to give you an idea. And then we'll go through the bag it came with, because there's some pros and cons on this, and we'll go through that as well. So hopefully that'll start in a minute, and then we can go through. So that's the camera. So let's have a look at some pictures that we've taken, just to give you an idea of quality of picture. So this is currently the one that's developing right there. That's what I took this morning at the garage, at the workshop. You can see it's quite varied colours. It's not overly muted. One of the van in the landscape. Just again to give you a bit of an idea of colour variation. That's the Scirocco that was at the national meet, so to give you an idea of that. For a bit more colour, this was at a museum in near Windermere, the Lakeside Car Museum. There are a couple of these that I took in there which weren't in focus, and I'm not sure why. Now I'll just grab one off the ceiling, which is a really good one I took off the van recently, which is a bit of a show some variation of sky colour as well. And again, I think they just turn out really well compared to what is often quite muted, potentially colours and hit and miss colours from a Polaroid. And as you can see from the size comparison here, they are a lot smaller, but I think the quality of the picture offsets that a little bit. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this. I think the pictures look fantastic if they're in focus. They look fantastic, and I was still playing around with it. These first 2 that were out of focus, they were some of the first ones I've taken on one of our first trips. Right, so really happy with this. We bought the bag it sits in, and it fits really snug. Not a problem at all. A couple of things with this. It does have on the back a little pocket, which the idea is you can slide your pictures in. But you can slide quite a few in, which is fine. Apart from, we found when we were doing some walking with it, and it was around my shoulder, these kept catching and pulling out. So we ended up just putting them inside. Just need to be careful of that. That was just one thing. The other thing was, when it zipped up, obviously when you're walking you won't be able to get the camera out very quickly, and it's got a nice strap on it. Just lift this up so you can see a bit better. It has a strap on it, which is fine. One of the problems I was having was the points where it connects to the back are on the top and they're not on the side, which means when this is round your shoulder, over your shoulder hanging down, and the top's off, the bottom flails around a bit, so it's a bit difficult then to zip it back up again, because you've got to, once you've got to zip back up, it's over your shoulder, you've got to manually lift the thing up, hold it, then put the zip round. As I said, when we bought this, these were pretty much new. We had this about 3-4 months now, and this was pretty much new out at the time, and so there wasn't much of an option. So I might look at an alternative to this at some point. But okay, this was not the cheapest. It was 25 quid. For robustness and finish and quality, really happy with it. It's pretty much waterproof, so I wouldn't have any problems taking this out in the rain, or if you got caught out, that's not a problem at all. So that's basically where we are with this. Right, hopefully that thing's finished there. And just to give you an idea, there was a little bit more. Said this picture I saw before. There was a little bit more development after I took that, but yeah, I'm quite happy with how these turn out. I say enough space to put a date and a location, something on there. We do it with a Sharpie, and then we just stick it on the ceiling. Rounding up, really happy with this. I'm glad I didn't go with the more expensive one. It looked amazing. You've seen from the photo before, it looked really good, but it does the same job, and it's 80 quid more. And I just want something that I don't have to think about, just drag it out of my bag and take a picture. But for what it is, it's absolutely perfect for what I need. It's vastly an improvement on the Polaroid. My Polaroid's probably 30 years old, 30, 40 years old. and it works. But I said I think the quality of the film now is the limiting factor on that, and the fact that this now has new manufactured film, high quality, basic Polaroid film, just want it for me. I would love for it to have been a bit bigger, the pictures. Um, I do believe there's a new version of this out, um, which takes bigger pictures. So we might look at that, but I'm happy for the moment with this as it is. So would I recommend it? Yes. I really like it, and it's just here to record memories of road trips and things like that. So even if it's just a useful idea for you guys, if you've got a camper, of how to document your trips, um, I love to hear if you do the same as me and you take pictures and post them inside your vans. So anyway, we'll leave it there. Made it this far. Thanks for watching. Cheers.